Hi, my name is Vanessa Lech, and today this is a part of my Veterans Affairs, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs saga series that I started a while ago, actually, and then really started taking off with it just over a week ago. What sparred my choice to really go, you know, all in with this series and do these kinds of live updates, no makeup, no hair, don't care, which I'm mixing in with my other videos because I can't do live updates as fast if I were busy trying to get dolled up to the nth degree, which I cannot do on demand. Anyways, so I've got some very interesting updates about the situation. For those of you following along, you already know what's going on. For those of you that don't, basically, a little over a week ago, March 26, 2021, I was notified, whatever you want to call it, that my medical referral was denied by certain managers. Manager, one in particular, I'm aware of, a high-level manager at the Alexandria, Louisiana Veterans Affairs Medical Center. And there's like even more backstory on that I'm even getting to. And basically, I just became aware that there was an assistance to try to make me stay inside the VA and utilize those program services instead of my choice, my informed consent being honored and being able to go outside the VA. So I am being very transparent to some extent just because I may as well be. So anyways, I get healthcare, just my basic healthcare needs met at this place called the Fort Polk Community-Based Outpatient Clinic, CBOC. They're absolutely excellent. They're doing God's work over there, helping all these veterans get their healthcare, in my opinion, from what I've observed. And it's just, I have had a very good experience there. I've been getting healthcare there, my routine healthcare for about 13 months now. Anyways, this medical referral was provided to me per my request by my primary care provider, and it was swatted down by management at the Alexandria, Louisiana Veterans Affairs Medical Center, evidently on March 24th, 2021. And then March 26th, 2021, I discovered that it had occurred. And then, and then I had a conversation with another manager who had reached out to me about unrelated situation that I decided to respond to. And basically that manager found out that I was publicly advocating for change in these videos and podcasts and social media. And then all of a sudden I found out that March 29th, which I just found this out today from my clinic, March 29th, that same day after the email was sent out by notifying all these managers that I'm not going to be a helpless victim by the VA, suddenly the request was sent by some initial reviewer. I don't know who that person is. I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably a manager somewhere at the Alex VA, that basically that they were asking for a medical referral to be re-entered again and sent to basically community care, which is basically how military veterans receive their health care outside the VA if they're going to receive it, if that's what occurs or for whatever the reason. Okay. So now it seems like all of a sudden my little referral is no longer denied, is my impression. Now I will believe it when I see it, when I'm actually like for real able to obtain the services I've been fighting for now for a little while. I will believe okay, this is real. Okay, this is for real. All right. And I think it's like this whole experience has really just reinstilled my distrust of the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and their management. Okay. I already just didn't trust them for various reasons, this whole organization, and this has just reaffirmed that. And it's just for me, it's even just when I go to get these healthcare services, I'm going to have this little bit nervousness, oh my God, are they going to take this away from me or try to interfere with my healthcare provision of services or whatever? And it kind of reminds me of this whole ordeal of your typical insurance company, because insurance companies are typically notorious for interfering with healthcare services and cutting people off. I mean, I just had that experience very recently, which is one of the reasons I ended up back at the VA, was because something like that happened. And it was just such an ordeal. And I thought maybe this would be an easier way. Question mark on that one, right? Because I had such a great experience at the Fort Polk CBOC and everything, but I just didn't anticipate that the management at the Alexandria, Louisiana Veterans Affairs Medical Center would interfere with my ability to receive the services I choose to receive in the way that I choose to receive them outside the VA. Okay. So that really surprised me and everything. And this whole last week and change has just been such a whirlwind, such a freaking ordeal with the damn VA and all their drama as usual, specifically their management, over the Alex VA. And, it looks like my ordeal, it looks like it's coming to a conclusion and everything. However, I don't think I'm special. I don't think I'm the only one that this is happening to. I think that I'm probably one of freaking many. And I would not be surprised, although I'm just speculating, I have no proof whatsoever. I would not be surprised if countless other medical referrals are being denied for these other military veterans that are legally eligible to receive those services. When my referral was denied, no one in that management, that person had the decency to even call me or to try to make contact with me and to see, is this what you want? Like, what's going on here? To even talk with me. They just swatted it down like it was nothing. Like it was absolutely nothing. And I just wonder how many other veterans are they doing that to? I wonder that. You know what I mean? And I've already brought this to the attention of Congressional Rep Mike Johnson's office, along with many other things that are concerning and that I believe are illegal. And I've brought this up that are outside of my unique situation. I've also filed a report/inquiry, as I mentioned earlier in my other podcast video, etc., that I filed a inquiry report with the Veterans Affairs Office of Inspector General about all this freaking nonsense. And I've also just updated right before I hopped on here the White House hotline. And let me go ahead and put some banners up because this is like quite a lot. I know I'm talking about. Okay, so that, wrong banner. Oops. Okay, let me try to get to this. Okay, there we go. Right before I got in here, I had contacted the White House Hotline Veterans Experience Office and given them an update about the situation. As I said already, I filed a report with the Office of Inspector General, Veterans Affairs. Okay. And let's see. What else? Okay. Anyways, and then the congressional rep too as well. Okay. So I did all those things. And so the other thing I want to bring up is basically the Office Inspector General obviously did receive my report over the weekend. And they already followed up with me with an automated email. And I'm just going to read it to you because I think that anyone else who's having, one of the reasons I'm doing this, I'm going to keep doing these kinds of videos to just like educate and raise awareness and stuff like that. I think I've like been referring to it as a VA life hacks. Like for real, this is like VA life hacks over here. These are my problems. This is how I'm addressing it. This is how I'm trying to solve it. This is what's going on. Because I know I'm not the only one, and I hope this information, these videos, these podcasts really inspire other military veterans and their situations to keep going, to not give up hope. Because I know firsthand how frustrating this stuff is. I know firsthand how it feels to be treated like dirt by this organization, to have your rights violated repeatedly, to feel like a helpless victim from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs and their horrible management, good many of them, okay? I know what that feels like. And, I've been very encouraged by some of the websites and some of the videos I have seen from other law firms, those military veteran people in my own journey. And so I hope that I can be that for other people as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this little automated email that I got today, 11:47 a.m. Central Standard Time from the Veterans Affairs Office of Inspector General. It's just an automated email, nothing exciting at all. And as it says, dear so-and-so, blah, 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 whatever. We encourage you to read this message in its entirety because it contains answers to questions that you may have about your submission. The U.S. Department, and this is very good information, I think, for everyone who may ever be in a situation where they feel they need to file an inquiry about this or, report about with the OIG about VA. Okay. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs Office of Inspector General, OIG. Let me go ahead and put that up. Where is that at? Wrong one. There we go. There we go. Hotline received your submission on the 5th of April, 2021. So that's today. So basically, I sent it over the weekend. So it looks like the OIG just, they obviously just started working on Monday. I'm actually surprised they're in the office because some people are not working Monday or Friday because of the Easter holiday, is my understanding. I've already stumbled upon that. So I'm surprised that the people at my community-based outpatient clinic are working because they're working hard over there. And the people at OIG are working to deal with all the complaints and issues with the VA. Okay, it gives me a reference number. So that's interesting. Okay, they've already filed it away. And then it says in all caps, what happens next? Will I be contacted again by the OIG? Then it says, Within the next 6 weeks, your information will be carefully reviewed by our hotline staff and other OIG subject matter experts to determine the appropriate course of action. We will contact you again only if we open a case or need additional information. Therefore, this may be the only correspondence you receive from our office. So, this goes back to how many frequent complaints these people are getting, and they got to prioritize, because I imagine they're so bogged down. I mean, I just can only imagine. All right, acceptance criteria. The hotline accepts tips or complaints that on a select basis result in reviews of, and they got some bullet points here. This is very similar to what I read on their website already when I did my screen share before. VA-related criminal activity, systemic patient safety issues, gross mismanagement or waste of VA resources, misconduct by senior VA officials. We recommend that if you're having ongoing healthcare, disability claim, or business disputes with VA, continue working with the responsible department office while waiting to see if the OIG will open a case on your complaint. Can I check the status of my submission? This is all from the OIG, again, Department of Veterans Affairs, OIG. Just make sure you guys are following along, okay? We cannot provide status reports or information regarding the disposition of submissions. It's such a fancy word, disposition of submissions that do not result in cases. However, complaints that do not result in formal cases may be used in planning future OIG inspections and audits, or if not, confidential, referred to VA officials for their information. Oh, that's interesting. It has been, okay, this is like another hypothetical they're giving out, the OIG. It has been 6 weeks since I submitted my complaint. I have not heard back from the OIG. Why wasn't my complaint accepted? What can I do now? If we have not contacted you in 6 weeks, this is the OIG talking here, your complaint was not accepted for review because it does not meet one of the four criteria for acceptance, or because another government agency is better positioned to resolve the issue. Contact information for VA and other government agencies that can help you is located on our website and then gives the website va.gov/OIG/hotline/FAQ.ASP. That's the website. The OIG does not investigate complaints that are unrelated to VA programs and operations or issues such as those listed below that are addressed in other legal or administrative forms. Allegations of whistleblower retaliation. This is because the OIG cannot provide direct relief to complainants, in contrast to the U.S. Office of Special Counsel, which can. Oh, by the way, when I was a whistleblower at the VA working there, these people, the OSC, Office of Special Counsel, did not help me whatsoever at all, but they did waste my time. Okay, further information is available, and then it gives the osc.gov website because that's really helpful. Sarcasm. And then it gives their number, whatever. It says other things that they basically can't, it gives a list of things that they cannot deal with, essentially. And it's just a really long list of stuff, actually. In fact, the list of stuff they can't deal with in this email is much longer than the list of stuff they gave just now that I read that they can deal with. And then at the end, it just says, thank you for contacting the VA OIG hotline. So, my attitude about all this is just that, hey, at least they got back to me and let me know that, email, that they received it, so I'm not left wondering if it even went through or if there's a tech glitch. So I know there wasn't, so that's good. I'm hugely relieved that it looks like my medical referral denial is now being suddenly reversed finally. And I'll believe it when I see it, though, because I don't trust the VA at all. And this is just, like I said, reaffirmed I need to watch my back with this organization, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Veterans that are eligible for these services should not be left fighting, trying to get help that they need, the healthcare that they need. My big concern now really is no longer about myself, and it's kind of been the back of my mind for this entire week and change, but it's definitely the forefront of my mind now, is just like how many other veterans are out there whose medical referrals are being denied unjustly. I mean, I don't know. But I just, like I said, I don't think I'm special. I don't think I'm the only one. And it just really bothers me quite a lot because it's just like I stumbled upon so much stuff over the last couple weeks, basically, that I wasn't even trying to stumble upon. But whatever the case, it's really lit a fire underneath me to really publicly advocate for change, to raise awareness, and to, basically kind of do these VA life hacks. I'm literally publicly airing problems I'm having with the organization and what I'm doing to solve my own problems. And I hope that this is helpful and gives hope and inspiration for other people out there that also are having maybe similar struggles or maybe different struggles. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot out there that could be happening. So, all right. So I wish you all the best. I hope this was helpful. Just to let you know, if you like this information, this video, I have a YouTube channel where this will be posted and other videos as well. You can subscribe to that. You can like it. You can also, I have a podcast, Hello Vanessa Media. I've talked about many things, not just the VA. I've covered things like a lot of mental health topics, addiction, anger management, domestic violence, and other topics as well. But this obviously, this VA thing, this is going to be like a permanent staple is the conclusion I've come to, because like, it just needs to be, is the conclusion I've come to. I've also got some videos coming out I'm really excited about. I've got to edit them, so I'm not sure when I'm going to release them. But basically, they're how to do secure messaging, which is basically email inside of eBenefits website, and also how to access, like, find the prescription tracking information if you have any supplements or drugs being shipped to you. This is something that nobody seemed to, like, that I asked, even like a pharmacy, no one even knew about, like, how to do this. They didn't know. A lot of times, because you have people working, they have no military affiliation, they don't have their own accounts, they'll be quick to be like, well, I'm not a veteran, I don't have an account, I don't have access to that. But it's like, you don't have to be a veteran to like be able to know about things and give a freaking tutorial. So I know about things, I'm giving freaking tutorials. And so if you're interested, you can follow along the podcast. Honestly, this is a very visual thing though I'm talking about, so probably the video would be better. And that will be released in the coming weeks for sure, unless something crazy happens. Anyway, so I wish you guys all the best, and curious to see if anyone else had this experience. Know if you leave a comment for the podcast or the YouTube channel, it's all public, whether verbal or written. So keep that in mind. But if you guys are comfortable sharing, I am very curious to hear your all's experiences out there, the military veterans going to VA for healthcare. If this kind of thing has happened to you, how you handled it, and just what your experiences have been. All right, wish you all the best. Bye.